Welcome in, everybody, to the Valorant action of this week. My name is PyroJ. I'm here to show you everything that post-university esports is capable of for the NECC Valorant team. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is a 2-2 record for the Post Eagles up against the Pace Esports, the Dynacos, at a 0-4. So finding themselves at the bottom of the standings are Pace, but that doesn't mean that this is a team to underestimate for Post Esports. This is certainly a team to take as seriously as possible and try to ensure that top four in the standings for NECC. Top four is what moves on to playoffs. Currently, Post Esports tied at fourth. So it is imperative that Post locks in and gets a win here to stay in that top four conversation. We are pretty much ready to get into this thing. So thank you all for joining me. And once again, if you have any questions or comments on the stream about volume or what I could do better to broadcast this match to you, then just let me know. But let's dive in. I actually have to set this up. There we go. All right. Little preemptive scoreboard there. I can show that later. But there you go. There are your 5 players from Post Esports that you recognize, that you love. We got Mojo, Bray, Dissident, Vero, and SprayOnce. Big shout out to the chatters. Last time we were broadcasting the team, I was calling SprayOnce SprayOnce for quite a while there. So appreciate the correction there. Mojo has been training in the dojo, one would think, the way that this player has been racking up the kill count. Very exciting player to watch, especially if we find them on Yoru, empowering themselves to gate crash behind the team, get those blind timings, and work really well with the initiators too. You have Dissident on this breach, and you'll uncover some really cool set plays that this team has of the Eagles to pretty much put Mojo in the perfect position to get those entry frags. So I'll point those out as we get into the game, but I believe it is time. So let's do this. Now on the other side, we do have Pace, double duelist composition, and a real splashy team, real frag heavy team, especially when you consider the chamber there. Going to be using that headhunter to the most value that they can, for sure, in these early rounds. Be kind of a scary one to keep an eye out for, but that's okay. Post has a chamber as well in Bray, who is likely going to show off their headhunter in the action here at mid. While we await all that, it will be B site that we begin on. Mojo going to lead their team to victory. This is week 5 of NECC, Post versus Pace. And it starts off rather quiet. Keep an eye out because this waylay is gaining on the position. They don't realize they're about to find some action early. Lazy Titan goes down to the driving range. They became their aftershock pivots, Blastus out and away from the position. Puts us now in that 5v3. Retake was looking immediate there as the Dizzy did get one. Mojo waiting. Sweat Beast, and Sweat Beast puts in some good work there. For a 1v3, final one remaining. Now out of Pace. Sweat Beast sees one. SprayOnce trying to get that spray to work with the classic. The 3-round burst at least. Pivot Sweat Beast off of the play for long enough, hopefully to not defuse the spike. And Dissident puts them down. There's our scoreboards. I need this one instead. Perfect. All right, again, that is Pace on defense, Post on offense. That is round 1 complete. So something I'm personally keeping an eye out for is where is Dissident going to be positioned? Oftentimes that is the player to call on if you're post esports. Where is Dissident going? Where are they going to set up for that initial flash?
Flash out.
Flash goes out, fault line to follow. They've pretty much predicted exactly the pathing of this team here for Pace, which are already in back sight. Does get decayed, but there's no follow-up to it, so their health and shields will regenerate quickly. One already down from the Pace side. Of course, they didn't buy into this round. This is a very heavily favored round for the Eagles.
Drop in a smoke.
Smokes go out along with the aftershock. That's great timing. Pushes Eve straight into the position to get a diced flash out to take away the vision from Sweatbeast. Sweatbeast goes down. Final one remaining. Lady Death taking the flank position. And take a nice position on the grass to lay their head to rest. The Eagles take a second win. So fantastic start here for the Eagles. Exactly what you're looking for to get things cooking here on Abyss. But round 3 might be the most important round if they can swing it in their favor. You can see full rifles and full and half shields out of Pace. And I'm almost surprised to not see Dissident setting up at A main. That's typically where they like to flash after they secure position at mid. Maybe Dissident pivots there later. To see, they do have to gain control of this mid territory. In the meantime, Eve is the one hanging out at mid, finding 3, barely walking away with their life. But they've given up the position. Mojo through the smoke. It's the clone. It's the flash. It is the kill. 2 frags for Mojo on the entry to mid site. Already site gathered as Vero will lock in that spike plant. 1 on the flank, 1 in mid right now. For Pace, this is Lady Death. Teasing the entry. Finds 1. Hasn't uncovered their position quite yet, though. Mojo on the other side finds the kill. Blastus gets the flash right in their eyes. And the bullets straight to the face. 3 in a row for the Eagles. And I love the way that this team executes on the attack side. It is a scary place to go, especially when you have a chamber on the other team, but with it just being held by their smoke of clove, wasn't too hard to push through that position. Get the Eagles to find the weak point of Pace. Now we move on, back to B site, the 3rd approach out of 4 rounds, and it's just about empty. Force smoke, no force gate crash. Just slow orbs and clones to pounce their way through. Vero will be the one to put this bomb down. Lady Death stuck in the smoke. Nowhere really to go in terms of getting some initial frags. There'll have to be a team retake out of Pace. Ooh, Dizzy finds Mojo. Mojo can't get out in time. Lady Death puts down the share for that kill. Vero holding onto their position. Narrowly getting 2. It'll just be SprayOnce in a 1v2. Is overhealed, tries to get the kill, manages to find it. Lady Death, the last one to eliminate SprayOnce. The clutch in the 1v2 to secure a 4th in a row for Post. And what a precarious position for SprayOnce to take on that B side. You find yourself in a difficult position with the spike being defused, having to take down 1 player dropping from heaven. Then do they get off the defuse? Do they go for half? Do they hold? You've got to dash at them while also keeping your composure. It's a great play out of SprayOnce. Apologies, the eco still well in favor actually of Pace. They have full shields and full rifles. Mojo effectively moves the team completely off of A. Pace once again going to play for the full retake that narrowly got them the win on the last round. How's this timing? Out of Mojo on the flash. Plays against the smoke instead. The wall up towards heaven where Bray is. The wall put down and the flash delays the entry. Second after second. Lost on this retake from Pace with the aftershock with all the utility that can work way late on the ultimate. Ends up getting a kill. Dissident trades. Sweat Beast down into the cloudburst. And there's the wingman as well. Final remaining now out of Pace is already obliterated. Dissident catches 3 kills.
I'll do my job, you do yours.
And no more than a breath was uttered from Pace in round 5. To be fair, nothing about the execution on that retake was that poor from Pace. It was just great staggering of that ability usage from Post. They kept delaying the retake until it was forced with the Waylay ultimate. Found a kill, but effectively traded by Dissident. Really, your player to watch there in that last round. Proved themselves very well. Now Lady Death along with Sweat Beast going to try to exit the area, but unable to do so. And one already goes down from Pace.
Time to jump.
To be honest, that's really not the look that Pace is hoping for. They want to be fully capable on this retake. They want to move together in this position. Eve trying to show up with this sheriff. The kill was already found, but another will not be. The final one is the flank, and many areas to look there for Blatus. 6-0. What a start for your Post Eagles. This is exactly the team we wanted to see out of this. Been able to find the weak points again of this Pace team. You saw round number 4, they went to a nearly free site of B. This most recent round, they got that first blood, which opened up the area, or it's just the Yoru ultimate to open up the area. What will they use this time around? Rolling Thunder. Available from Breach. Clone's gonna pivot a couple of the Pace members off, but if this is anything consistent from the previous rounds, they are going to waste no time entering this site. Meeting the Tizzy, though, are 2 players from Post. 3 down immediately on their attempted entrance into site. The good news for the Eagles is they do still have this spike. As they make noise on the side of the map still.
You will not kill my
Josh
ally.
is out at all. Lady Death is down.
Spike down A.
Suddenly, a 2v4 becomes a 2v3. Spike still in their hands. 50 seconds now on the clock. You're going to see that re-pivot around the map there for Pace. They want to have eyes at mid. They want to have one at B, just in case that rotate was instant from the Eagles, as we can see. Cutting sound.
30 seconds left.
Leaves Pace without the information they had previously. Immediately, Eve sees SprayOnce. This is the time to fight. This is the time to go. SprayOnce. Oh, the spike will not go down. Not dead yet. Will it work out? That's one elimination. Another not dead yet. And that is calamitous. Now for Post. Will they have time to put this bomb down? SprayOnce. Oh, fakes it, but has to commit here. Devastating position to be in. As Lazy Titan gets the peak at the right time to get their first point for And we've seen SprayOnce clutch before. That not dead yet did put them in a position to get that win, but realistically, they had to get Bray stay alive there. Otherwise, there's too much to accomplish in that position. Now we get out and away to round 8 with Pace finally on the board. All this action, all this noise has brought 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5 players from Pace out to the A site. Meanwhile, on their first fake. Post will find themselves a free site on B to get that spike down. And now look at this in mid. Blatus doesn't expect maybe someone's still up here. Taken out. Sweat Beast does. Trade that kill. 3v3. That ultimate gets scary. Eve cannot be dropped. The final one remaining is Dissident. Rolling Thunder, as well as 2 flashes, are in the arsenal. But none will be utilized. Lady Death gets a lights out elimination there to secure a second for pace. Oh no. Well, if you know, you know. Blatus. Excited about something on the scoreboard. Now this is where Post started on the previous round. And to make noise A and then fake B. Did give them the spike plan. Oh wait, Eve has already gotten another kill at mid. Which actually leaves mid completely vulnerable now for Post, as Blatus has scaled. Foley has his area. However, you have Bray, who's ahead of Blatus. Blatus will not even find Bray in this position. So they're in a great flanking territory, but they're leaving Bray to get these 2 kills. And now Bray's killed a 3rd. Unbelievable work there from Bray at mid. Removing 3 players there from pace. Lady Death will be the final one remaining as Wingman clears the left side. There's too much utility for Lady Death to pivot around. Post win it, but Bray secures massive leverage there for the team. Talk about a time to come alive for Bray was 1-6 before that round. Sometimes it's players, that's the kind of thing you need to come alive, to get things going, open the floodgates in the competition.
You want to play? Let's play.
Majority of players positioned here at the mid side for Post. That tour de force position at B Heaven, which could get a little dicey there for Vero. Blatus pushed off their angle at mid, and slowly the team scales up. Eve has been lights out with the eliminations. Previously, that's a great trade. Will Eve find another? No, Eve is actually taken down, and they want to take this fight here. Lazy Titan eliminates with the Ghost. Mojo is the one with the spike, so they actually remove themselves from that position. And will search for a better place for this spike to go.
I'm back.
Bray, as if communicating with their tour de force, says it is safe to proceed. I have your angle. I have your back. This could be perfect timing on Sweat Beast. It is if the mark was hit. In this case, though, it's a 2v3. No advantage here to Post, but they get the timing out of the smoke. Mojo pushes with the flash, gets another away. Final one remaining is Lady Death. Out of pace, takes on the slow orb, pivots around it, wants to take out Mojo, but unable to do so. Mojo tried to get the chip shot. Mojo to the other side. Lady Death seeing it coming, able to get the elimination. Now 1 kill, 1 defuse in the way for a pace win here to bring it to 3-7. Fakes the defuse, gets back on it. Vero's eliminated. Do they have time? I don't think so. No. Three-tenths of a second separate a point from being awarded to either team. Vero with a big job to complete there at main, kind of peeking that angle, saying you want to get this kill, you got to get off the spike. that they did for just too much time. Two rounds remain in this half. Post Eagles with the chance to award themselves 10 on the attack side. Mojo already up sight. They haven't cleared it all.
Here.
Scale this one together and get that spike down. This could be the first time that the spike is actually positioned in this corner. It's a good one. Eve watching their team get slaughtered right now. Post on top of it here, but Eve gets the perfect shot with that Guardian. It's the headshot that they need. They get another. Now Vero. A 1v2. Eve unable to be taken down. As their precision striking has paved the path for pace. Many a times it will once again.
Last round before the switch.
Upgrading the Vandals, or pace, for this final round of attack. Or pace. For post, excuse me. An awesome start here for the Eagles. Be even better if they started out with that 9th win in the half.
They are so dead.
Eve loves this angle. Could get dicey for post. With the jump spot. That's going to trigger the smokes. Is Mojo feeling bold enough to push through the smoke? Not something Eve would have suspected. And now Blatus, that's the time to strike. Gets one through the door. Wants to find a way to exit and does. What a flight. Mojo waiting for them to move. Can't secure the kill. Couple shots to the smoke won't get damage either. And that spike in a very precarious position. This one very difficult to obtain. For the Eagles, Vero goes down. Mojo hands it off. Lazy tight, and Dissident tries to run away with the spike. And will. Oh no, it's a scary position for Mojo. Gets out of their dimensional drift. Doesn't get that kill. 2v2. The eyes are on B side if they can get there, but I don't think it's going to be taken very easily. Blatus, Sweat Beast hold their position. And they'll get a 4th.
Switching sides.
To wrap up the half.
Get go. I'll protect wingmen with my life.
No one will harm our little hero.
So in a game that started out 6-0 for the Eagles, it has pivoted a little bit better now for pace. Does appear to be a whole lot more winnable for this team now. For the start of this one, on the B site, we'll have Vero. Likely with a wall. Let's see, yeah. Set up on this B side where a whole lot of traffic is expected. Rampage is heard. Vero pivots off immediately. So to remove themselves the waylay dash.
Here.
And that dizzy that was incoming. Spike's taken, a Lazy Titan already got a kill there from mid, who's now facing Dissident in that area. Mojo goes down right away, as does Vero. Dissident tries to get a wall bang, but the timing doesn't work out in their favor. Headhunter there, squares off against Sweat Beast. Bray goes for more, but it's taught a lesson instead. Attack side advantage or pace. I think one thing that Post kind of failed to secure towards the latter half of the first half was that mid presence. They stopped winning all the gunfights in that position. Of course, round 2.5 isn't really going to be
Nice and slow now.
that part where they're going to take the advantage, but the next round may spell otherwise. That stinger will seal the deal against Mojo. Bray with nearly nowhere to go and nowhere to
Spike
run.
planted.
Eliminated right away in that position. Lazy Titan
One enemy
will
remaining.
remove SprayOnce as well, and that will be the round. Flawless out of pace. The kind of round you expect, but not the kind of round you want if you're post. You'd at least like to take some chip damage to eat away at the economy of pace instead. That economy looks amazing. I think some considerations here for post is that Platus, the Waylay,
That works.
on the pace side had a stinger. They'll probably hold on to that so as to keep a good economy. Gotta be prepared for some quick dashes. And some close quarter action. Vero has a chance to delay just that with a wall.
Wall raised.
Wall is up, but it may be pierced through right away. Yes, it is. No time like the present, says Blatu. Says Sheriff shot through the smoke. And a mid kill already secured by Lazy Titan, who, once again, I've talked about this. Pace are dominating at mid. It is not helpful for post right now. Dissident has a chance to come up big here.
One enemy remaining.
It is sprayed in the face instead. Sweat Piece turns on a dime at the right time. And that's 3 in a row now for pace. Two and 7 are the last 9 rounds for post esports right now. Quite the deficit. This momentum is firmly in favor.
This
It's the kind of round, though, that you want to just bet on post's aim here. 2 players with a sheriff in hand. That is Mojo and that is Dissident. Dissident out there on the A side where they won't find anybody from pace. And Mojo does go down at mid. Once again, Lazy Titan finds their mark and gets their elimination. Could do it as well against SprayOnce, who only has a classic to work with.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
And that will do it. This is why Valorant is one of those cruel games to have to be a spectator for. It's not like, it's nothing like Rocket League, which is another game that I follow very closely. A lot of points are scored early. That means that's going to be the team that wins. No, it can turn on a dime. Momentum is a cruel thing in Valorant. Especially when it comes down to the economy. A couple players here from pace nearly maxed out on their credits. Now, this is a great decoy here for pace because they shot down this wall immediately last time. And they surged onto site right afterwards. But this time, the entry seems to come from a different direction. There they go, traversing mid. Another one down. At that side, Dissident holding this angle, gets a flash on 2, and gets 2 kills as well. Dissident,
Spike down A.
huge now for post. One remains, that's Eve. Tough cookie to crumble. So get one and try to get out of this position. Dissident takes them down. Seen Dissident come alive all semester long. It's another big round for them to do so. Sometimes all you need is that flash and your own confidence. On attack, Dissident very much used to flashing for the team, but there's a ton of individual moments here in this half that Dissident could come alive. That was great timing, great execution. Turn this back in favor for post. Ooh, wanting the smoke there was Bray. Collecting a lot of damage out of it, though. Pretty low on health. They want to take this fight. Oh, and they will get it. Instant trade, 4v4. Dissident saying, hold on, I've got a blind. Wait, team, I've even got a rolling thunder to take them out. Vero stunned, though slowed. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to turn. Not in time. And the counter ultimate works so effectively for Pace.
Weapon choice, it is so personal, no?
To keep Post
You take a
out.
gun and it tells me
Tied
who
back
it
up
is.
at 9-9.
That works.
It will be a timeout called by Meech. Coach represented here for Post. By the way, thanks for everybody joining in on the stream. If you chat, I might be a little late to responding to it. Dubious, I just saw your message. Mojo has not aced yet. But, yet definitely being the key word here. As definitely a player we await greatness from. 21-13. Ain't too shabby. I think there's a few things that this team is trying to solve right now for Post. One thing is taking control of mid. Too many times they're turned out. Surprised by an elimination. Much of the likes that has come from Lazy Titan, the chamber that has been holding this mid position and gunning them down one by one. But another one is just team plays and timing. I mean, we saw Dissident's timings with the flashes on attack that work so well. Big part as to why this team started out 6-0 up, winning this game, but now it's all tied. Had that rolling thunder. You have those ultimates that can be used for good retakes if used properly. Patient is Pace. As they look to enter the site, Blattus holds their life. As actually Mojo, I believe, gate crashed out of the site as well. Swiftbe's just able to avoid that aftershock. Dissident wants a kill, wants some blood. Will he get it? There's 3 right below him. And there's 1 across the way. Lazy Titan does go down. Blattus wants to smoke and will get it. Another for Dissident. Mojo maneuvers from the other side. As everybody crashing onto them. Sweat Beast Tailwind activated at Mojo. And that will put them to bed. Bray and Mojo survive.
No fight today. I'm too far. I'm too far.
So great bounce back after the timeout there for Post Esports. Whether it's a strategy for the next round or a chance to really cool your head and get reactivated. Let's find a lot of value out of that time taking. Keep in mind though, of course, Pace are gonna have the same ability to take that time out. We may see that
Cutting through.
if the advantage continues for Post. Oh wait, Mojo. Let's get activated early here. Certainly will, and the spike is down as well.
Spike down B.
Great information to be gained from Post. Blattus with that dash into heaven does make their team aware that there is presence here on A. They make plenty of noise. 3 still on the side of B site though for Post, as that is where they saw the spike after all. Now the greatest concern at this point is Lazy Titan, who has dominated this mid area. Scales up farther and farther just to get taken out. That's the call for Pace. If they're gonna make a point out of this race, they're gonna do it now. The trade comes through. Vero goes down. And the 2 remaining for Pace are able to get the spike down. Working together here.
I'll handle
Post
this.
Esports. Information to be gathered here by Mojo. He's looking to scout out both opponents. There's 1 back site.
I'm back.
That's what's told to the team, and Sweat Beast will be able to secure that elimination. But it's Eve. Maybe the sharpest shooter on the side of Pace, holding this spike. 1 HP from SprayOnce as well. And that may not be enough to secure the round, but they're gonna give it their best shot, and they will! Is it held in time? It certainly is. 1 second is all the time extra that SprayOnce needed. Popping the spike, removing themselves from the spray, and eliminating the last player on pace. That is the second clutch we've seen out of SprayOnce. KD doesn't tell the whole story, folks. Sometimes in the clutch scenario, you need someone to come alive. SprayOnce certainly did that. Lazy Titan.
That's a good spot.
Solo player mid. Bray nowhere to go as the team takes sight on B. Smoked out. Again, eyes on Lazy Titan, because they can really do damage there. But for now, Blatus goes down to Mojo. Mojo once more gets 2. Eliminated there by Lady Death. Here comes the flank from Lazy Titan. It's not good enough. They'll go down. Eve holding sight with the Vandal, overhealed and ready to burst. Takes one down. And Eve has just sighted Vero as well. Eve was looking like the unstoppable Lady Death to assist. The defuse will be denied. The Rolling Thunder eliminates one. Lady Death tries to escape. Dissident may just go for half. No, was taken off the spike. And the perfect position for Lady Death to soil the plans
We do what we do.
of Post
Get back to
Esports. Or foil the plans, I guess both work. Either way, this spot in B main up against that one little cubby that you can plant in is a devious spot there for Dissident. It's 20, you know, hindsight's 2020. But you almost want to hold that spike and try to get half and then play the encounter. It's
You want to play?
difficult
Let's
position
play.
either way. Sweat Beast gets the Blade Storm to be popped. Mojo is the one there at the site. Flashed away as Mojo. But they both TP out of the area. And so there was damage done, but no eliminations quite yet. I should hold my tongue, though. SprayOnce is taken out, and now Dissident just trying to get away from the Thrash. Responds with the Aftershock. That's fantastic if the elimination is made, but leaving it was that Gecko. Shorty's out for Sweat Beast. Whoa, Mojo finds 2. Dissident gets 1. Bray cleans up. And a splash from the Eagles removes the rest of pace.
Good try, idiots.
Match point.
That is map point now for your Eagles. And there's really no comfort zone for this Eagles team to be in at this time. They were up 6-0 when this map began.
Time to jump.
There's no assurance from this team that this map can be taken. They've got to work for every single round. Investing completely in this round is pace. It's what you've got to do. Mojo will actually find themselves in a little cubby here. Unexpected is the position from Mojo. The wall came up. Pace hoping that they wouldn't find someone right in front. Ooh, Lady Death right ahead of the trademark. Mojo in the perfect position to get him out. The Dizzy tries to play sacrifice, but it's just not enough. Hold on, Lazy Titan. Cannot get around his opponent chamber, but Bray take it away. As Lazy Titan finally finds that elimination, and now Sweat Beast the last to fall. Post Eagles will take map number 1. All right. That's what we're talking about, y'all. Come on, Post Eagles are back. A couple forfeit weeks in a row, and now they're finally able to show off their skills. And boy, have they done that. Mojo, kill leader, as always. Dissident with a couple great plays, but I was loving the clutches that we saw from SprayOnce. 1v2, 1v1. Those are pivotal rounds when you look at the final score of 10-13. Something that could absolutely change things around. But that is only map number 1, everybody. Thanks for tuning in so far. We've got more action for your Eagles coming right up. The teams are going to take a 5-minute break, so I think I am as well. I'll see you right back, though, after this break for map number 2 of week 5 for your post-Eagles NECC Valorant action. See you in a sec. All right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to more post esports Valorant action for NECC week number 5. We are 1-0 against Pace. It's fantastic to see it. It's great to have y'all tuning in. This team's so much fun to watch. Abyss is a weird one, I gotta admit. It started out 6-0. The execution, the planning looked perfect, but you know, Pace are a different demon. They may be 0-4 right now in NECC, but that does not mean they can't learn, adapt, and play dang well. They got some shooters out there. They've got some very aggressive tactics on that double duelist for Abyss. We'll see if we get the same kind of setup on Split, map number 2, which is where we're headed. Let's head on over. So, not gonna lie, you guys did miss a little bit of agent select, but it's all good. You get the agents right here. Let's also add a scoreboard check. There we go. On for post. That's good to see. But as you can see, post over. Oh, wait. Post on the defending side. Okay, so I really got to fix this overlay. There we go. We're good now. Post gonna kick things off on defense. And it isn't another double duelist situation. In fact, it's a double sentinel. At a pace here on Split. But they're not starting on defense. Instead, they'll begin right over here. All 5 of them at the mid side on attack. Now, I feel like this is a little bit of a surprise. I feel like we almost always see Vero on Sage. It is going to be a Viper play this time around. Same kind of wall setup, to be honest. It's just a wall extends over into A site with this toxic screen. Now that's about as much commotion as Vero could possibly ask for. Immediately moved off by the boombot is Vero. Pivoting away and away and away. Stim Beacon is out. Power the team of Pace. How far will they go? Bray taking on the whole team. Can he find one? Yes, he can, but none more. As that elimination is made and sight has been gathered. High Pace, Mojo. So much chip damage on Lady Death, but the Trailblazer runs straight to his face. And I won't delay his entry any further. In the meantime, SprayOnce has found a little bit of coverage here at Heaven. Ooh, and advances up to the Ghost. Good upgrade to see. Dissident. W King his way all the way through. And Sweat Beast can have a hard time pivoting around the rest of the team. Lazy Titan 1v1. Frenzy's out. Half has been defused. And Lazy Titan caught in the reload. It's yet another clutch from SprayOnce.
Alright, Lucky Socks. Don't fail me now.
That is their 3rd, believe it or not, of the maps. Both maps of today. Likely many more to come. I feel like SprayOnce and Dissident get a lot of the hype when you look at the kill count, but SprayOnce's impact today has probably been the best out of any Eagle at all tonight. 3-0 currently on the kill sheet. As many members out of post are on that side of the map. Everybody gathered from Pace on this side. Looks like Bray wants to take the fight. Scurries off into a pretty scary position as they witness the entire team. And blast back in their way into sight is Sweat Beast. That is 1 found of Bray and only 1 shot remaining in this headhunter. Isn't able to get that shot, but that's okay because Mojo has found the rest. 3 kills. And Lady Death. If they're somehow able to take out Mojo here, they won't be able to take out SprayOnce, surely. Mojo playing with time. As Lady Death looks square in the face of SprayOnce. 2-0. Great start out of post. As we think back to Abyss, the Eagles started out with 6 rounds, 1 in a row. Could we be gearing up for something similar to that? Hard to say. Bray saving all that currency just to rock the Headhunter. Very interesting to see. Now, Mojo loves these early fights. Are they feeling bold enough to push through the sky smoke? Well, there's not really any ability to do so, and their gate crash isn't set up either, so they want this fight, as difficult as it might be, to actually take it with just this bulldog in hand. Into sight they go, though. SprayOnce gets the first elimination. Mojo still holding this position and getting out of the guiding light's face. SprayOnce might just be another kill here. No, they've got to take on a couple there. Making the job a little extra difficult. Dissident. Oh, in a great flanking position here. Has to watch their own
Spike
teammates
planted.
clone go as Mojo's already gone. Bray has stepped up on the wall.
enemy
Not
remaining.
exactly the position I expected them to go. Nor did I even see that it was possible. Beautiful footsteps. Out of Vero to act as a decoy as Dissident takes care of the rest. They'll play for that Viper's Pit if they can get it. Clutch up here, Vero.
Team
There we go.
Ace.
How demoralizing.
And as we take a look at those ultimate counts, first one secured is actually on the Pace side. So you got to take into consideration they may be losing these rounds, but Pace doing a pretty good job of grabbing ultimate orbs to secure that resurrection so quickly. Meanwhile, SprayOnce and Mojo just one off of their ultimates, the dimensional drift. Particularly out of Mojo has been very effective for the team. Mojo is going to try to avoid any flash. Comes their way here at the start. Guiding Light will not find him. Thought it will not find him either. Dissident playing pretty good decoy as well. It's all about Mojo right now, and he'll get one. Dissident will as well. Can't find extra.
You will not kill
And there's
my
that
ally.
resurrection to even the odds. 4v4. It is now between teams. Blatius tries getting out of danger's way. And now able to traverse around ramp. That's Vero. Gets a shot onto Eve.
Here. Toxins going up.
He's stuck behind the Sage wall. Attacking it is that Sage. Lady Death
One enemy
sprints in
remaining.
with the stinger. But now resides as the final one remaining. And that's going to be a very difficult round to win. They could spray through this wall if they get the elimination. That's exactly what they're trying to do. But it's not worth nothing. 4 in a row. Will the Post Eagles be?
No charges.
They're taking over on defense. Take a look again at that ultimate economy. The resurrection was utilized from Pace, so now you've got extra ultimates in store for Post. Wonder if that's something that's immediately popped from Mojo. Flash goes out and uh-oh. Staring at his own flash, he is. SprayOnce letting the team know, hey, I've got a couple things going on over here. Dissident gets a smoke spray elimination. SprayOnce pushed off that angle, but you can see the sprint right now out of Lady Death. The call's been made from Pace to pivot sites. And it looks like Bray couldn't be any happier.
They found my
Ooh,
trap.
Footsteps heard, trademark down, Bray ready to spray. There's one. Nearly
down
make
B.
it two, but Eve has been just such a difficult obstacle to traverse. For Post.
Spike planted.
Spike is down, and we may see Eve get off site here. Could play for the orbital
Last
strike.
player standing.
Unable to do so. Vero sniffs them out and secures a 5th win for the Eagles.
Spike diffused.
Take a look at that economy. Are we really on pace for another 6-0 start? For Post, it wouldn't be an easy one to take. That is the, I guess, variety purchase from the team. Couple Spectres, couple rifles. And take a look at this. A whole lot of players out of pace on this A side. You can see 3, but the Spike spike is on B.
They are so dead.
Lady Death may have to face this tour de force. In the meantime, Dissident taking a lot of abilities onto their own. Couple found out on that A site. And the Rolling Thunder instantly activated. Dissident sniffed it out. He didn't want to see a thing. What a spray elimination from Dissident. And now this timing is absolutely absurd. Pushing out from the smoke, and Sweat Beast didn't expect it.
Spike down B.
Lazy Titan without the spike. It's right down below this rope. They're actually going to leave the spike.
I'm too far.
Listen, 50 seconds. They do have Eve working the other side here. The Lazy Titan needs to watch her back instantly. The comms are there. They know Dissident is approaching. They're able to get the elimination, but that's a lot of chip damage to take in the meantime. They've got a path to A, but they have to secure the spike. Bray doesn't want to see them get even a chance. And looking at the spike, the Headhunter searching for a kill, pushed off by the orbital strike. Can they get the spike in time?
One enemy
Or it might
remaining.
just have to be played here on B. Eve with no idea where Vero is. Vero could just go for the kill right now. They'll run straight for it. And what a play from Vero. The 1v1 time clearly not on Eve's side. They try to take a safe corner to get that elimination, or to get that spike plant, but they are eliminated. And a massive clutch. Every player right now from Post positive on the kill count. It's a good thing to see. The team is 6-0. But this is exactly the point in time where Pace made their comeback on the last map. Bray. Bray likes his gambles. How much is he willing to gamble? Oh. It's honestly the perfect timing for the peak. I don't think he expected it. Mojo trying to come away with something there. It just won't happen. It's a 2v5. Certainly not in favor for Post. They are able to find one as Mojo hides out here. It is Dissident all the way at mid. Wondering when they should pounce on Eve. They do. Secure that elimination. It's a 2v3 now. And Mojo has a lot of abilities to expend. Decide to use. Funny enough, there is a flank right now on Dissident. There's only one on site. Oh, Dissident has to watch her back here. It's not gonna matter. Sweat Beast takes care of business. The Aftershock was actually a great combo for Mojo, but I don't think Mojo had the health to stay alive and help Dissident with that kill. Very close for Post to actually bring back a 2v5, but they fall short. So this time Bray going to get some help here from Vero on the B side, it looks like. You got to keep in mind the Viper's Pit at being active. Oftentimes the team would just choose to expend that Viper's Pit on a single site. And at that point you can sort of isolate your opponent's options. Whew. Right with the operator, that's one way to isolate options. Say that this player has no way to play in the game. Now, they could bring Lady Death all the way back for a resurrection, but that's a little bit tough when you're all the way scaled up at mid. What a swing kill there. Look at the flick of the wrist. Now Lady Death may actually go for this resurrection. I don't think Bray's going to allow it, but no, they've been out timing. And that wall comes up. And now it's a 5v4. Make it a 5v3 against Post. Hold on. 3. That's not 2. We missed the first one. That's 3 kills from Mojo. Completely turning the tide. Taking on the spike as well. And Bray may have a realistic timing here, but no, actually goes down with that operator, and that's a huge gun to lose.
30 seconds left.
Positionally, there's an advantage here. Vero could pop this Viper's Pit as well and secure the round. Of course, there's always the option to keep it. You have it for a round in the distant future or the near future. 13 seconds time. Obviously not on the side. Vero just playing for their own life.
Left. One enemy.
Oh, and the perfect timing with Mojo. They're taken out, and the Viper's Pit will be seen on a different round. Seven to 1 the scoreline against the 0-4 Pace Esports. Can Post be the better 4-letter P college in the NECC? Post University currently tied at 4th place in this NECC division. The top 4 do move on to playoffs. It's an important win for them. I think Bray showed their operator. So they've got to get out of dodge, but they really want this first blood. Oh, and they're going to get it.
Spike down B.
Pixels away from a double kill there. Sweatpiece does get the spike down. Now this is Lazy Titan trying to collect a kill there at mid, which they had done so many times on Abyss, but this time on Split, not as fruitful are the opportunities. Showstopper plays a great delay game. Sweatbeast tried to attack the fake gate crash. Sweatbeast flashed through the smoke, takes out the clone, gets the kill as well though.
Team 8.
There's nowhere to run. 8 to 1 now our Post as they crash on the site for that retake. Post Esports absolutely taking over here on Split. As you can see, the money is not good from the position of Pace. And this Viper's Pit is still available for Post. I mean, looking at the economy, I don't think the team would decide to play into this Viper's Pit, given the fact that they have this deficit of economy, but that Tour de Force could pop a Viper's Pit. It could encourage them. Mojo seen off by that flash. Plenty of noise, including smokes, made here on the A site. It hasn't fooled Bray. This is kill against the Tour de Force. Oh, neither shot will hit. And Bray just refuses to give up this position. Given that, though, there goes the spike from Sage. So they're going to want to make this full rotation over to the A site where they initiated noise. Post are stubborn. They're not a team to leave a site abandoned. Mojo in exactly the position that they crave. An opportunity to make a multi-kill.
30 seconds left.
Turn the tides scenario. They did it a couple rounds ago. Could they do it again? Rolling Thunder actually pushes Blatus up on top of heaven, and there it is!
Spike
1, 2, 3!
A.
Again on a Mojo!
One enemy remaining.
The Rolling Thunder empowering him!
10 seconds left.
Dissident and Mojo, the dynamic duo, the ones that will not be denied. Vero closes with the snake bite. And a 9 to 1 first half performance at a Post puts them well on the path to a win tonight. My opinion, this is where you put out the Viper's Pit. I mean, you have it. You have had it. For the whole game, this is where your opponents have the economy. But, well, a different strategy being taken by the team here. You saw that Mojo was with Bray on that B side. I was playing Insight. Oh no, Boombot and Guiding Light. You can't get out of that one. Sometimes you're between a rock and a hard place. Mojo got caught.
Spike planted.
Now it could be the second round here. From Pace. This line.
Last
Watch,
player
but
standing.
that swing from Lazy Titan should seal it. The operator in the hands of Bray. This isn't really a gun you want to give away.
Teleport's ready.
They do have a get out of jail free card if they want to set up this teleporter, but I don't think they want to give up their position. A little late for that. Still getting rid of the enemy chamber. They will. It's too many positions to keep an eye out for. That's a couple of kills still for Bray. And he's forced a couple players actually to play the spike. They should get out in time. I guess not. Oh, there goes the operator. Lady Death wants it. Lady Death will
Last
not get
round
it.
in the half.
Tragic. Not for post though. Fun around here. No funds. For Pace to buy an operator, even if they really wanted it. Their only ultimate here for this round is an orbital strike. Again, Post Esports equipped with this Viper's Pit that is so effective on defense. Oh, and we will see it. Yes. Yes. Now you don't need the whole team over here. You definitely don't need someone with an operator here. Bray is playing in the Viper's Pit with an operator. There you go. We're moving. We're moving out. And Lady Death is moving into their own elimination. That's good news. Or post. As Pace have sprinted their way into A site. Lazy Titan. Opens up. It's another. Orbital strike here. Or Eve as they play off-site. Post have to make note of this, and they have to make the retake a little swifter than they'd probably like it to be. Mojo's clone taken out immediately. There's the flash to give them a little space. Mojo knows time is of the essence. It's not going to matter. This is the final round of the half. You got to just go for it. But the time, it's not on their side. And sure, rupture your way to the second half.
Switching sides.
So the last two rounds secured by Pace as they've kind of made their own foothold into this map. I'd say 9-1. Things are looking a little bit rough, but 9-3, we all know in the Valorant community is absolutely viable for a win here. There's Mojo and Dissident. Two players you're looking at, especially on the attack side for the Eagles. These two players have comms that are just intertwined with each other. Flashes and gate crashes happening perfectly in sync. Will it go about this time? Eve prepared to drop a wall if needed. Couple pitter patters with the ghost to start to remove this wall. Interesting position here from Blatus, who actually wants to... Uh-oh, flank. Post. They found their way in between the Viper's wall. Fortunately, Mojo was there to clean up. Now Vero finds Eve, already taken down. In that position, nearly finds another. As Mojo watches heaven, they will follow the spike. This is actually a very smart call from Post, because guess what? They're going to force the rotate out of Pace. And there's probably going to be one to run right into SprayOnce. Lazy Titan just doesn't see something like this coming, surely. Oh, there it is. There it is. The spray does indeed lock on. And a couple of shots from Mojo will be secured. That is a round that is huge for Post. They're well geared to win a second round of this half and be just 2 away from the match victory. It's a difficult position for Pace to be in. I could see the call either to save, and I could see the call to spend. And it looks like the call is going to be made for the team to spend. They want to win this round against the Bulldogs. Latus wondering how much they have to clear here through the smoke of the toxic screen. They don't mind whatsoever. A close quarters battles is exactly what they signed up for. That being said, Vero and Dissident find a couple themselves. Mojo moving in for the Bulldog kills, finds two. The Bucky's eliminated, and Sweat Beast.
Satchel out.
We'll have a lot of work to do here as the lone player with a stinger.
Spike planted.
Pace decided to invest in this round. May not have gotten what they needed out of it. Sweatbeast to the other side. Dodges the flash. Times of the essence here. If you're looking to make this clutch, Spray of Utility puts them in the position to gear around it and pivot to the other side. Through the lane they go. They've got to wait through the spray again. I don't think there's any chance really for Sweatbeast. They've drained this clock. They may get eliminations, but they will not get the win. Post Eagles, 2 rounds from victory. Team is looking great. Again, even or positive as everyone has remained in this game. And that means you've got a confident team.
Isolate and exterminate.
One that's ready to wrap this thing up. It is going to be the save for the most part from Pace. They understand that, you know, to make a comeback like this, you've got to make a run. So why not make a run when your back is against the wall at a likely 12-3. Now, chip damage is taken here against Pace, and Eve has just completely surprised Post here. Really managing to find a couple kills there. It's going to be a complete diabolical situation here beneath ropes. Blatus, oh, had the opportunity for more.
Match point.
Sometimes you run out of shots. This is going to be it. This is match point for Post Eagles. They have 9 rounds to get 1 win. No, actually, I think it's 10 technically. Either way, it's a lot of rounds to get 1 win. What play do they draw up? They've got the toxic screen still at A, but numbers on B. This is going into the chamber, which means you have to play off of that trademark. That's going to be the initial signal for Pace to rotate to B to play against Post. Lazy Titan equipped with the rifle. This is the player that was doing so much damage against Post at mid on Abyss by getting those medium to long range eliminations. This is a position that Lazy Titan actually loves to be in. They saw those footsteps a little too late. They'll see Mojo on the side, and Mojo will get the first 2. And now that clock becomes a death timer for Pace, not only in this round, not only in this map, but this match as well. Can I find the last couple kills? Post to make this map theirs. Dissident trying to give Mojo some time here on the side, but the time isn't there. Dissident now has to play against them all. 1v3, and there's just no time to get to this spike. So Post concede the round. I think they might have bit off a little more than they could chew, taking those fights in CT when they probably could have held it onto site. But hey, when the momentum's on your side, you got the confidence of a 12-3 lead. Sometimes you just want to close the game. That being said, Ultimate Economy shaping up really nicely for Post on this round to try to get the win. Pulling Thunder Dimensional Drift could wreak all sorts of havoc onto Pace. Seekers could be deployed for information for Pace. You either do that now or you probably do it on the retake. Looks like the retake will be decided upon. Lazy Titan, the Bulldog, the 3-round burst does get them one. Lazy Death is traded. 4v3 on the side of Post. As one Post Eagle is completely on the other side of the map. So it's only really a couple of them onto site. Sweatbeast trying to find another kill after they do take out Bray. And a Rolling Thunder does come out from Dissident. That just pushes them farther back. One at the CT side, the Mojo is able to get rid of. This could truly be it. Mojo does it again on 3. Make it 4!
Attackers win.
13-4 is the final score on Split. As your Post Eagles advance to the 3-2 record in NECC off the win against Pace. Another masterclass at the end there from Mojo, ending 30-8 on Split. A fantastic job to wrap up the show here for Post. And it wasn't a show unless we had all you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for checking out the Post Eagles NECC Valorant Esports action. I always say this, sound like a broken record, but this team is really, really fun to watch. You look at the kill sheet and you say, well, Mojo had 30 kills, second most at 13, but the story is in the impact, the clutches that we saw all night from SprayOnce, the unbridled confidence from Bray to always go for that first fight and secure those first bloods. Bray had 5 first bloods on that map. Dissident's great coordination and synergy with Mojo. And Vero had some really clean clutches throughout those couple of maps as well. I want to see that Viper's Pit used earlier. Although it's hard to give tips when you go 9-1 at the start of that map. Great job to the Post Eagles. Thanks again for having me. My name's been PyroJ. I'm an esports commentator. I do Rocket League, Valorant, Super Smash Brothers, TFT, and a lot more other titles. So if you're looking for a cast, you can always let me know. Make sure to drop a follow here on the Post Eagles socials so you can always tune in to whatever esports action is happening. We'll see you again on another Monday for NECC Valorant. For myself, PyroJ, have yourself an amazing night. And as always, peace.